What's up? What's up? It is Wednesday. We're going to get into this show. Welcome to the PTE, pushing the envelope with Ron and John, ready to tear it up a little bit. Go over some of that peaceful stuff with your big daddy Trump, your poppy.
Yeah, I hear that. Everyone's giving him a hard time about this. He really is trying to save some lives.
Dude, how could you be mad at this man? Where's all the free Palestine people, the ones that were screaming and yelling and burning the American flags? Like, where are them people at?
They hate him. I don't know what it is.
You'd think that those would be the people who would be like out praising that we freed Palestine, but now they're, oh no, you know what they're doing now is did you ever hear about that No Kings protest?
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
So it was, from what I saw, it was a pretty big bust down here in Florida. You know how we do protests down here, brother. We run people over. So let's just say that they were very much on the sidewalk, all six of them, but they're having a second one. I think it's coming up in like a week or two. So,
I long for one to come around here.
Oh God, dude, I can't wait for somebody to get in front of the car. Oof, the new in front of the 4Runner, it'll just be like a just right, keep on cruising.
So, I think that there's more to it. I can't believe that there's a peace deal. I mean, Israel and Hamas have been beefing longer than the Simpsons have been on TV.
I was going to say, that's like the Ireland-England thing. That's a long, what is it, like 3,000 years or some shit?
I mean, easily. You got to remember, Palestine was a name given to the people of that region by the Romans to poke at the Jews and the Israelis.
Yeah.
It's not even a real place. It's not even a real thing.
So all the research that I've done, the number one thing that keeps popping up, which is the part that scares me, is you'll see like in good faith, everything's going to be great in good faith, but with a hatred like that bad, do you think they're both going to stick to the plan, the policy?
No. I think somebody's going to break it, and Israel's going to get blamed for breaking it somehow. Liberals have a field day with that one.
Who do you think will break it?
Hamas.
Do you think, like an attack?
So, from what I understand, and, there's a lot to come out, and I want to learn more about it, but there's 20 different steps to peace.
Yeah, I saw that.
Written out, and they're just worried about step number 2, and it has something to do with the weapons in the area and removing them, or
and then also not governing the Palestinian people. So it's basically like, turn in your guns and we're gonna vacate the property. So that's a big step, dude. That's like,
I heard as soon as they turned in their guns, they pulled out other guns and shot conspirators that were working with Israel, but are not Jewish, not part of the IDF, but, who knows what they were getting in return. And there were people in Gaza with their cell phones just posting videos of these public executions of these sympathizers.
Wait, when was that?
Yesterday.
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're saying that Hamas is already fucking around?
But with their own people, it's different. It's not with...
Go ahead and kill your own people. It's all good.
I mean, that's within their government and their rules and laws. That's like saying somebody killed somebody here and our rules are to put them on death row.
Could you imagine?
They're just more straightforward about it.
Could you imagine like going through the last 2 years of that and then like coming home and being like, fuck yeah. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, hold on a second. We're still executing people. You'd be like, what?
Yeah, but they're not executing Israelis now. They're just executing their own people.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Call me crazy, but like killing is killing.
But I get it.
I mean, they're doing it all over the world. I mean, it's unbelievable how many countries, who basically are like are cleansing each other. Like it's unreal.
I mean,
but
look
like
at
we're the bad
Christians
guy.
in Nigeria.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Slaughtered by the hundreds a day.
Yeah.
I mean, and that brings up an interesting point. What is it about this Israel, Hamas, angle that attracted the world? Why aren't these other countries where these Christians are being massacred?
Yeah.
Why isn't this coming up?
That's white. That's like you're killed because you're white. but up until the last few months, I didn't realize how much Israel controls the world. Like, they've got America in their back pocket, dude. Like, and I've never understood that. Like, I'm all for, like, when I was younger and I was dumb and I was a Democrat, I always thought, like, I never understood, like, why Israel, it's basically the entire government is somehow, some way related to Israel, or it's almost like they have dirt over the world. And like, even when you mention the word Israel now, like, you get flagged, and it's like, if you say anything bad, like, the whole Charlie Kirk stuff, like, he was starting to like question some stuff, and then he ended up dead,
Dead. It was his
like,
birthday yesterday.
yeah. And I mean, it's like, if you go against that grain, like, if you talk any kind of shit about Israel, dude, like, you've just put a target on your head. And I never understood that, because I always thought that America were the bullies of the world. Like, you remember Team America? America, fuck yeah, that was us, dude. Like, we go into like Paris and blow up the Eiffel Tower, and we fuck shit up, and we don't solve any problems. Like, I always felt like that was who America was like a big bully. But now that I'm older, it's like you start questioning things like, well, hold on a second. Why can't I say anything bad about Israel? Or why can't I like ask a question about, Jewish? But like, it's the way, see, I can relate in a way, because me being Irish, the English and Irish, that's never, you can call it peace or a
You have
ceasefire,
something you have
but it's
something
never going to
much.
be gone.
Yeah, but
That's stuff you're like taught as a young kid, like, to hate that group for really no you don't really know why.
I mean, that's the sad part about the Israel Hamas thing. It's the same situation, and don't get it twisted. Israelis are cautioned and warned growing up in a way that, if a Muslim Arab were to come into their home, their guard would be up, their gun would have one round in the chamber, the whole nine. I mean, it
Yeah,
goes
it's
both
crazy.
ways. I mean, I don't know. I grew up my whole life in America being taught
Yeah.
that Muslims and Arabs were bad because they hated Jews. So I don't know. It's,
And me being like young and naive, like, I just always, I mean, you know how I would always, do you have I think your mic line is hitting
yeah,
something.
I just realized that it was doing that, so I stopped.
Like, when I grew up, it was like, I look at a map and I'm like, okay, all those people, they're all the same. All your people, all the brown people.
It's
It's
just
like Pakistan, everything with a stan is one, right?
is one.
Like,
Well,
you know,
that's how they view you as one white,
yeah,
and there's
yeah, exactly.
so much more than that for
Proud
both.
to be, by the way. Nothing wrong with that,
No, nothing wrong at all.
Shouldn't be,
I take a little bit of both for my mom and my
nowadays,
dad.
you're not allowed to be proud to be Caucasian. I am, with my freckles, red beard. Fuck yeah. But yeah, I saw the phases, and the phases were, so here's something of interest. I heard Candace Owens, man. Candace Owens, that chick is flying off the rails, bro.
Did you read? It was just
Yo.
released tonight about Australia with her. She
No.
was trying to do a world tour to speak,
Mhm.
and the Australian government straight up tonight denied her visa to come into the country because they feel that she will incite violence and
Yeah, dude,
things like
she's
that. I mean,
going,
she's hardcore. She
bro,
really is.
she's going hard in the paint, dude. Like, not to get off track, but like, she's going at this, the French president, Macron, she swears to Jesus that her husband is a dude. And bro, it's so bad that they're suing her.
Suing
Like, the
Candace?
French, yeah, dude, like for defamation. And she's like, fuck you, sue me because you're a dude. I'm like, oh my God. So she's going hard in the paint against Israel right now. And here's what she's predicting. And, it wouldn't be far fetched. So, there's this peace board, right? And Trump is on the board, of course. So she's saying that one of the phases in the peace deal is reconstruction of Gaza, right? And that's the other thing we do that I've never understood. Like, people will blow the shit out of each other, and then we'll fucking spend our tax money on replacing everything and building back better for them, right? So she's saying that, and I overheard Trump say, you know, a lot of times you don't know if he's joking or not, but he had mentioned the 51st state being Palestine.
Gaza?
Yeah, Gaza. So,
Jesus Christ.
which would be, you know, genius for him. But at the same time, like, could you imagine? Now picture this in 10 years from now, right? When I'm a millionaire from XRP, a Trump Tower in Gaza on the water, on the Mediterranean.
That would be crazy.
But
That would
like,
be absolutely crazy. They say
is
it'll
that
take about 10 years and $53 billion to rebuild. And when you think about $53 billion in the grand scheme,
that's
I
like
think
peanuts.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like we've given more
53
to
billion?
learn about transgender people and
And buses that can drive upside down in Sudan. Like,
yeah,
what?
seriously,
$53 billion?
53 billion.
Dude, they're looking for like 580 billion to feed the illegals.
29.9 billion apparently for the infrastructure rebuilding and 19.1 billion for the economy and social losses.
Yeah,
So
that's
they're
like
just like rebuilding everything. I
that's
think
like
it's a waste of
100,000
time.
tents, dude. Like, it's whatever.
Dude, Hamas controls all
Fucking 100 tents, dude.
Hamas controls all of that. It'll never have peace. I just don't buy it. I don't.
Yo, all I can say is I don't think in all of my life I've ever seen such destruction in a picture. Like, bro, when I see pictures of Gaza, the first thing I think is like World War VII when all the presidents nuke each other at the same time. Like, that shit is out of control. There's not even like a stairwell standing. It makes you wonder what they built that shit out of or what they bombed it with, because I mean, there's not even like a corner of a building that's standing. Like, it's completely leveled.
But think about
That shit's
this.
crazy.
I know this is like harsh to think, but that might be the best thing is that it is completely
You
leveled.
restart from ground up.
Restart from ground up and just clear it out and have a nice level field to build on and go to town.
Yeah, and in 20 years from now, your country has zero history because it's all been completely annihilated. What does Trump say? Total obliviation.
You know, there's a lot of people that worked very well and peacefully and maintained jobs in Israel that were from Gaza, Palestinians, and they loved living under, the Israeli government and the rules and the structure and the order. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens over these next 10 to 15 years.
Well, you know what was interesting is the countries that were involved with making that happen. You had Turkey, Egypt, and Qatar. How do you say the word Qatar?
Qatar.
What the hell is like all these new people? Is it a new thing? They're like Qatar. Have you
Oh,
heard people call
Qatar.
it
Yeah.
Qatar?
That's probably
Qatar?
the real way to pronounce it.
Welcome to Qatar.
Welcome to Qatar.
Like, what the fuck is wrong? Qatar? Since
Yeah.
when has it been Qatar?
I don't know.
Never heard that until some dipshits on CNN the other
Yeah.
day. Yeah, they
No.
called from Qatar.
That's who you blame. The media. They did
Oh,
this.
dude, the media's
The media is the most
Listen.
single-handed, most powerful weapon on the planet next to nuclear
Yeah,
war.
watch out for your boy Erickson too, the dude that owns Oracle.
Okay.
Oh, he's like openly like I'm trying to like smother any kind of truth. He
About
owns like CBS, and I think he's the dude that just bought TikTok. Like, yeah, this dude's all about like he loves sucking on the D of the Democrats. So let me ask you this. Okay, so there was a swap, right?
yeah.
It was a prisoner swap.
20 hostages for 2,000 prisoners.
Make that make sense. The math ain't mathin', and that was never my thing, was math, but that doesn't
make sense.
a whole lot of sense. And here's the other thing. There was 28 dead, and only 7 of them have been returned.
Yes, that sounds accurate. And there's also situations where the IDF has done DNA analysis and
They're not
the
them.
bodies that they returned are not the people that they were just, I guess, moves of desperation and, trying to say, look, but they also said that there's a lot of bodies that could be buried under rubble. And if they find them, it could take months. And that's if they find them. They said there's some bodies that will deteriorate so much throughout all of that rubble, they'll never be found.
Now, when I saw that it was 20 to 2,000 ish, it was about 2,000. But like I saw that, I was like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like that doesn't seem like a very fair trade. And then I started looking up, like, well, are we talking like 2,000 people who were just like grabbed off the street, or were they? Some of them were in jail in Israel for life sentences. Like we're talking about like people who like
Suicide
actively,
bombers
yeah, dude,
and
like
yeah.
that shit doesn't make any sense, dude. Like when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, are we really gonna be at peace with this? Like, so these guys that just got out of jail who had no problem going through that and then living their life in jail, they're gonna be like, hell yeah, I'm trying to do that again. Let's go.
And
Like,
I'm willing to bet that the moves of desperation the Israelis and Mossad and the IDF take to protect that little piece of land,
yeah,
I bet you every one of those 2,000 prisoners at some point in time during their indoctrination to Israeli jail had a chip implanted in them. I mean,
yeah,
that's a theory. I'm just making that up clearly right now. But I'm going to
yeah.
know where
That's
these mother effers are at all times.
yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Just the whole thing. Just, I mean, I hope for it. You know, I hope
Yeah.
that. I mean, I can't say that they're gonna be friends, but like they don't have to friggin' kill each other at
Well, here's the
every like.
crazy thing. It's so many people in Gaza, so many Palestinians in Gaza, truly, I believe, if not fed propaganda, could be very good, peaceful neighbors.
Yeah,
You know, it's the small few that come in and are tyrants.
yeah. Well, you know, it's like Mamdami.
Oh my God. Please. That's
Listen, I have a neighbor. I have a neighbor across the street, and she's a real see you next Tuesday, right? And I can live life without like we don't wave. Like it's almost like we don't exist.
is this the one that
And
was talking about dropping people out of planes
oh
into the
no, that
Gulf
was
of America?
another Democrat. No, my daughter was riding her scooter outside and she came out was like, if you need a driver's license for that shit. And Mac's like, shut up. And but that's my thing is like you don't have to be buddies to coexist. Like just act like we don't exist and you don't exist and move on with life. I'll do me, you do you. I don't need to like go and kill her. Like just do you. But so you know what's funny is right over your shoulder there's a nice little movie sitting there, as Trump would call an everlasting peace,
Yeah.
which I
It's
thought
a
was
great
funny.
movie.
The movie
Christmas
my brother did,
2000.
and now that was 25 years ago. That was crazy.
Yeah, it's
So
absolutely crazy.
a
You know how
couple
I got
other
that?
what, Amazon?
No, I stole it from the public library.
Nice. Hell yeah. Stealing from the public library. God forbid you steal
Whatever,
a
it's a
book.
no return fee. I paid the fee.
Listen, just like you return the money to that woman
You're
at
like in shell
the
shock.
fruit stand, that's a whole other day. So check it out. There's a couple other wars of peace from your people's neighborhood. How do you pronounce that? Azerbaijan,
Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan
Azer-
beer. Azerbaijan and Armenia, the peace accord. We got that done. We got the Congo and Rwanda. That's a big one. They've been fighting for 8 million years with dinosaurs and shit. And then the Thailand and Cambodia. Like these are big
yeah,
things, dude. And
the
my
Thailand
man
and
Trump.
Cambodia was in the White House, right? They did that one in the
Yeah.
White House, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
it's
And
a big
like
deal.
my
You'll
man's
never get a Hamas rep into the White House.
no. Well, you know what's funny is the chick from the Congo completely put Joe Biden on blast. She was like, "We've been trying to get in here for like 4 years, and they wouldn't even answer the phone." So
I don't know this story.
yeah, so Trump had them both into the White House, and he was like, basically like, let's sort this out right here, handshake and boop boop boop. And she was like, dude, we've been trying to get in here for 4 years, and they wouldn't even return our phone call. And here's Trump, like, day 62, he's like,
Wow.
solved. Like it's
Ronan,
yeah.
peace doesn't make money. And
No, the war
when
makes
you
money.
have
The war
the
machine.
when you have a mindset like Donald Trump where he's like, I don't need you to be bought by you. I'm going to try to do what's right. That's what people do not like. They are scared of the clean the swamp. Look at how many former politicians under the Biden and Obama administration have come out saying, like this is good and Donald Trump deserves credit if this sticks with the whole peace deal. I
Yeah.
mean, you would have never thought they would have said that before.
Yeah, it's amazing that not more people like give him credit. Like like they talk about, they still make fun of them of this and that. And it's like, dude, get over it.
It's more sad that there aren't more people like us in the way we think. Like, we can see the writing on the wall. We do want less government, you know? Like, okay, this is a topic I've been thinking about for a long time. Why is it that so many far, far, far left ideologies bring up socialism or communism? What is it that they don't understand? Capitalism is a wonderful thing. It
Well, it's
makes
the
us
brokies.
who we are.
It's the brokies that don't like it
Is it
because
brokies
brokies
or is it
stay
the
broke.
ones that I hear about, like, that live in the Hamptons or the other end of the spectrum that live, you know, in the ghetto, and it's the handout that keeps this machine going
Yes.
of
They
evil,
love that
you
shit.
know?
Well, because
Handouts,
they don't have
welfare,
to.
social services,
I mean,
EBT.
exactly. Like that's the thing though, is when you have those things given to you, where's the incentive on going out and working hard? Like, why would I do that if I could just kick it and chill? If I'm gonna make the same amount, like when I hear, it's funny too because now when I hear far left, all I think about is the West Coast because that's basically where your shirt is saying right there
Oh, yeah, for
is
sure.
straight facts. Like
For all your viewers out there.
Let's let that San Andreas fault kick off
Right.
and just fucking let the whole West Coast just drift.
I
Just give us
heard
back Hawaii and y'all take.
I heard that if California were to separate and secede from the Union, they would have, like, the 8th largest economy in the world.
Yeah, they
That's
would.
crazy,
And
yo.
they'd be
Like,
number one,
how big are we as a country? You know, the whole United States in general. How big are we? It's wild.
but they'd also be like number one in homelessness, number one in assholes, number one in dickheads. Like they'd be number one in a lot of stuff, like eating a bag of dicks. Fuck California, man. No, that's no. It's just it's weird. It's like and I lived in LA for a year, and that's where you know what, LA. That was where I saw my first tranny, dude, and she was smoking until she got about a block away. I was like, oh, that's a dude. She had the
Oh
biggest.
my.
She had big old knockers too, like big old tickle bitties, and she blonde hair. And I was like, oh my god, check her out. She's smoking hot. And in LA, like you could bump into whoever, and this dude walks across the street, and you could see his junk swimming in his pants. I was like, oh, shit.
Jesus.
You would like that place. They got a bunch of your people.
Nah. I went to California one time and I stayed in Dana Point. I don't know if you've ever heard it. It's about 3 miles south on the coast of Laguna Beach. And I was there for a
Oh, I remember that.
Mitsubishi conference. I was
I
there for a
remember.
Mitsubishi conference
I
and
remember that. I
I
remember
had
that.
this shirt. It was like right after COVID, and
Oh,
I bought all these political shirts, and that's when the political t-shirt journey began for me.
wasn't it the Dr. Seuss shirt?
It was one gun,
Yeah,
two gun, red gun,
yeah,
blue
yeah, yeah,
gun.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
this liberal just
Ooh, they don't
attacked
like
me
that shit out there,
right.
dude.
No, 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 not at all. She came right up to me in the lobby of the Ritz-Carlton Dana Point. Such a beautiful facility. Amazing. She walks right up to me and she was like, how dare you wear that shirt here? And I was like, how dare you get in my face? And I just walked away.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, these people they ain't right. I'm waiting for the day that like I see shit online. I'm like, oh, I'm just
Why can't it
hoping that
happen to me?
why can't that happen to me?
Yeah.
Man, I'm just waiting for it, bro.
No, I was actually ready for it. It was interesting because it was like I knew to seize the moment. You don't
Yeah.
get that chance all the time. And I was like, oh, yeah,
All
let's do
right,
it.
so let me ask you this: over and under on the Israel Hamas thing. I'm trying to think. Do we make it past New Year's peacefully? Tough. That should be like,
Do we make it to New Year's? Brother, I don't think we make it to Thanksgiving.
what? Jesus
Something's
Christ.
going to happen.
So I know BB doesn't like it. I know BB liked like blowing them fools up. I think they're both just like itching for one of them to make a mistake. I think they're just like, I think BB's just like, I wish you would. You just, I saw something pop up. You ever notice like on like social media, like you'll get you'll see a video and you're like, what? And then all of a sudden it's like from like 58 weeks ago. So I'm sitting there, sitting on the toilet doing my business. And I look down and there's a video of the Iron Dome intercepting a missile. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, it's been like 15 minutes. What are you talking about? And then I
There's that evil weapon, the media.
first thing I do is I hit the comments and it's like 36 weeks ago and I'm like, "Whoa." But
Yeah.
like I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for like breaking news. Oh, did you hear about Pete
Uh,
Hegseth's plane today?
no, what happened?
So he was flying back from like the UN or whatever and hit the windshield on his airplane cracked and the plane dropped like 10,000 feet and they had to land that shit. Speaking of landing the plane, let's put a ribbon on this bad boy and send her on her way.
All right, well, that's
So
our deep dive.
so you don't even think we're getting to Thanksgiving?
No, no, no. I
Wow.
don't. I don't.
Hope you're wrong for a lot of people because I think if you're right, I think it's going to be very, very bad and quick too. Like I think Israel will completely finish the job if you know what really sucks though? Imagine being Palestinian and wanting peace and then knowing that like Hamas could completely ruin it for you. That sucks.
That's who will ruin it for them. So, actually, let's not even end it just yet. I was just scrolling through and there was what was her job? She had a specific job. I can't remember. I'm going to look this one up and bring it to the table. Basically, she has a job for the CIA and she analyzes like or predicts things that could come.
Mhm.
I think there's a fear, and I want to really look into it and get some knowledge behind this topic. A fear of just sleeper cells all over the United States.
Supposedly there's like 1,000 that are like on standby.
Yeah, like that's kind of scary, Ronan.
Yeah,
Like that's why you carry your pew pew everywhere you go. So,
that's why I carry two of the pew
two.
pews because no, dude, they're saying that they'll say stuff like anywhere, like churches,
Yes,
like events. Like, dude, I'll tell you what, I'll tell you something crazy before I jump.
airlines. I heard that.
The other day, I was at my daughter's cheerleading competition, and I'm like just looking around the crowd, and all I thought was, "Wow, what if some shit popped off in here? Like, this is crazy. Like that, I'm even like mentally thinking about that." But that's the kind, bro. That's we didn't grow up in times like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't something you would be thinking about. But all right, I'm going with March,
March.
and you're
And
going with tonight.
on that note, I'm going to go with Thanksgiving. And that's our deep dive into the Hamas situation. Proof that world politics is basically one long episode of Who Wants to Be a Prisoner with zero lifelines and way too many plot twists.
Wow, fancy pants.